guys, welcome back to Jessin Reads Romance. I'm Jessin, and today we're going to be talking about my Midnight Sun vlog. Guys, if you haven't watched already, I did a video on my reread of the Twilight series. I read Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse. I skipped out on Breaking Dawn because it just was my least favorite of the series, but I had some mixed feelings. I thought that I was gonna have this sense of nostalgia going back to the original series, and I really missed out on that. Funnily enough, I got that sense during Midnight Sun, and you'll see that during my reading vlog, but I wanted to hop on here before it started because I didn't really mention during the vlog, but the day of Midnight Sun's release, I was a little bit disappointed in some of the romance community because Twilight tends to bring out a lot of negativity in people. People are very quick to bash it, and I feel like it was almost like a trend to bash Twilight, hate on it for, various reasons. And I think that there are valid criticisms to Twilight like there are in any books, and you're entitled to your own opinion on whether or not you like the book or not. But I really feel like there's this phenomena around hating Twilight that's very specific to that book and Stephenie Meyer in the series. I saw a few people post on release day about how Twilight ruined vampire romances for them, and they see a lot of people are excited and they don't get it, and I was just like, but why? Why would you post that? Like, let people enjoy it. If they're excited about it, why rain on their parade? And so it upset me a little bit because romance is a genre that gets a lot of flack for being this lesser form of literature when it's not at all. And it just left me a little bit disappointed. There was another group that's not a specific romance group. People were posting that they were reading Twilight, but they all felt a need to include a disclaimer that they knew it wasn't good and that it was trash, but they still wanted to read it. Like, they had to justify their excitement, almost as if they had to excuse themselves for enjoying something that doesn't get as much critical acclaim or praise as other fandoms. And it kind of bothered me. It also reminded me of a video essay that I watched a couple years ago by Lindsay Ellis. I'm going to link this video down in the description. And she was never a Twilight fan, but she made a video a couple years ago titled Dear Stephenie Meyer, and she says, "I'm sorry," and she talks about the phenomena of the intense, undeserved hate that Twilight and Stephenie Meyer got for the series, and I think that is well worth the watch. Moving on, let's get to the actual vlog portion, and then I'll join you after we watch all the varied emotions that I went through during my reread of Twilight. And I do have to say about the last 40%, I just straight up read because I couldn't stop reading and I didn't update at all in the vlog. I'll try to get better with that, but I'll talk to you guys on the other side. Hey guys, it is August 4th. Midnight Sun comes out today. I did not order through Amazon. Some of my shipments have been getting in like a day later, which isn't so bad, but for day of releases and I'm planning this vlog, I decided to play it safe and I ordered with my local bookstore, and I'm going pop in to pick it up and then I'll be back in the car. It is so hot. I had to turn the air down to record this, and my car's been sitting in the sun all day, so it's scorching, and I'll see you whenever I have the book in hand, guys. We've got the goods. We've got, well, let me put my mask in there, move my purse. Oh, I should wait till I get home, but I can't. It's beautiful. I can't lie. I saw the book cover at first and I wasn't a fan. I was like, yeah, anyway, but no, in person, holy moly, this book is very glossy. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna go home now so that we can get a better shot because this is a terrible angle. Okay guys, we're back home with Midnight Sun. Let's take a closer look at this beautiful new addition to my collection. I will say that when this cover initially came out, I wasn't too big of a fan of the bloody, dripping pomegranate, but it has grown on me, though it kind of looks a little disturbing. I love it. I like the symbolism, forbidden romance and all that. That's one of my favorite romance tropes, so I'm here for it. Definitely no complaints anymore. For a little comparison, let's look at it next to Twilight, the original. This is my original paperback. You can see it's well loved, cracked spine and everything. It's been with me since 2006. So yeah, there we go. It's not as glossy. The paperback, actually kind of prefer paperbacks, but the rest of my series, which annoys me to no end, is hardbacks. So I decided to get the hardback. I couldn't resist at all. I already saw in Curly Haired Lass's Instagram story, she posted a picture of the dedication. But guys, I absolutely love this dedication. I mean, validation, yeah, it's all there. Being a Twilight fan as a teenager, I just absolutely love that she dedicated it to her fans. I honestly can't wait to get started on Midnight Sun. I'm gonna start this afternoon after I do a couple of things around the house, but I don't know, definitely might be staying up. I'm getting the feel of nostalgia that I thought I would get when I reread Twilight. If you remember me saying that in my I reread Twilight video, yeah, I'm definitely getting it from this. And I don't know if it was because I went to the bookstore to pick this one up and it felt just like the release of Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. I kind of got transported back to my teenage years, and I'm really hyped about it. I didn't expect to be this excited about it, but I really truly am. So I'll update you guys when I crack into this book. I've not reread the leaked chapters since they were leaked, so this feels a little fresh to me. I'm excited. As soon as I close this book and I knew that I need to go do a couple things around the house, I put it off. I was just like, let me just read just a little bit. So I did, and one of the things that I'm excited about is being in Edward's head while he hears other people's thoughts. I always thought that power was really cool. And if you notice, I talked about Jessica in my rereading of Twilight book, and this definitely shows you how her mind works. And this is why I do not like Jessica as pretty much the only person who really talks to Bella besides Mike Newton. And yeah, I mean, if that doesn't tell you all you need to know about Jessica, which is, I have to say, typical of teenage girls, they're not very forgiving. It can be a little bit vicious at this age, so I guess it's a good reflection. I just wish that Bella had somebody else on her side that wasn't a part of the supernatural world. Alright guys, I'm tucking in for the night with my super glamorous bun on top of my head, and I'm super excited about this. I got even more excited. The more I couldn't read while I was doing some work around the house, the more excited I was to get to go to bed and dive into chapter 2. I'm really excited about it. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? He's not on a team. He's Team Ollie. But anyway, open book. Really excited to really dive in. We'll see how late I stay up tonight. Hey guys, a little Midnight Sun update. I am about not quite halfway through. I still got 2 days to finish reading this. I'm looking a little bit more decent today. My sister's 18th birthday was today, and it's so funny because I remember as the Twilight movies were coming out, she was only like 2 or 3 and she always wanted to watch the movies with me, but she was really afraid of Victoria, the vampire, for Eclipse. And yeah, I just thought about that today and reminded her of it. But so halfway through Midnight Sun, not quite half, but it's quite long. One of the things that I really love is this glimpse into like the Cullens' everyday life. I absolutely love it, and I'm having a lot more fun with Edward than I thought I would. I just really am enjoying him being caught off guard with Bella. I really love the way that Alice keeps on begging Edward to be friends with Bella because she sees it in the future. I feel like a giddy teen that first started reading Twilight again, which is amazing. So I'm gonna do a couple things around the house, and then I'm gonna come back in here, start reading some more Midnight Sun. Hopefully I'll be able to get most of the way through tonight. I'm also watching Little Women again. What's new? Hey guys, I wanted to do a little bit of an update on where I'm at in Midnight Sun. And last night I read the meadow scene, which is really, really cool. It actually felt more significant when you were in Edward's point of view rather than the original point of view that we get from Bella. And one of the things that I really found fascinating was all the thoughts that was going through his head, his anxiety about revealing more of his nature to her, and also the way that he is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like since we're in Bella's point of view and we almost trusted Edward to have some sort of superhuman control around her, even though we knew that he was tempted, I don't think you could really grasp the scope about how tempted he was by the scent of her, by the smell of her, and the proximity that they have during the meadow scene. And it was so fascinating getting it from his point of view. It is the more compelling point of view. And wow, I'm actually really amazed by that. And also the fact that Edward is like really horny right now is pretty funny, I can't lie. But I do like the fact that he has that normal moment of the desire for her and not her blood, is like they're vying for attention and that one's winning out that desire. And I really do like that. I will say that I had this almost irrational reaction to reading the scene because I was remembering during the movie how it was just kind of like a montage of them laying in a field of very fake looking flowers in the movie. And it's really sad because this scene's pretty darn significant, especially once we throw in all of Alice's visions and how she was telling Edward that this moment will decide a bunch of things in the future, that it was very knotted and tangled, but that he had to make a decision. And he does come to a decision during the meadow scene that solidifies their future, not solidifies it, but makes things more clear as to what's gonna pan out. Is he going to eventually succumb to the enticing scent of her blood and possibly harm her, kill her? Or will he be strong enough? And that's one of the things that happens, and in his point of view can really get that breakdown of his decision-making process and why he suddenly feels like he has as much self-control as she thinks he has, and ultimately decides that it's just not an option to even contemplate slipping up with her. So I got irrationally upset that the movie just kind of glossed it over as this little, overhead shot of them staring into each other's eyes and no conversation. And if they ever do a Twilight reboot, I just need someone who has worked on movies that deals with like the supernatural, because I feel like there's better ways to convey a lot of things and also focus on scenes that are actually important like this, instead of, Edward scaling a tree saying, "Hold on, spider monkey." Yep, I'm not over that. But I digress. Got further than that. I'm actually at the baseball scene, the infamous baseball scene. I have to say, the movie is intruding on my reading experience again. It's hard to separate those two because there's like some visuals from the movie while I'm reading. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened in the movie. But as soon as the baseball scene started playing, I had the song that played on over the scene in the movie. It's like Supermassive Black Hole or something by Muse, and it was playing the whole time I was reading it. And I also got that glimpse of Esme's hair flying in her face. Like, it was just, it made the scene a lot more humorous, and the vibe is not like that during this game. But I couldn't help but imagine some of the scenes from the movies, and I wish that I didn't have some of the scenes from the movies intruding on my reading experience. But, that's what we have. Are you ready for me to stop reading so you can go outside? Yes, that's what you want. So as you can see from the previous clips, I really enjoyed reading Midnight Sun way more than I thought I would. I mentioned in a previous clip that the nostalgia I thought I would experience while rereading the original series, it was there during this read, which was so amazing. I think it's well worth the wait. There was 12 years between the announcement that Midnight Sun would no longer be released and its actual release. And I think it was worth the wait. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it came during a wonderful time, and I couldn't be happier with the finished product. There was so much in Midnight Sun that was unique to Edward's perspective, and you can't get that with just Twilight. In my reread of Twilight, which I'll link that video down below, I do mention how it was hard to relate to Bella because she was a little bit, I don't want to say self-hating, but she saw herself in a very negative light, that she wasn't good enough, she wasn't pretty enough, she, basically was boring or couldn't figure out why Edward would want to be with her. And so it was a breath of fresh air to be in Edward's point of view, listening to how much Bella intrigued him and how much he cared for her. It was just really awesome. One of my favorite parts was seeing the Cullens as a family. I also really loved the fact that Edward recounted how their family was built, how they acquired Rosalie and how Emmett joined the family, Alice, all that background information. We kind of had a general idea, but we get Edward's point of view as it was happening, which was awesome. And I also find that Edward's point of view is the more intriguing perspective compared to Bella's because he has this power where he can listen to other people's thoughts, with the exception of Charlie. I did not talk about that in my vlog, and I absolutely loved the fact that Charlie also had a little bit of a block when it came to Edward reading his mind. He couldn't totally pick out clear thoughts, but he could get emotion and get a general understanding of his thoughts and emotions without actually hearing word for word what he was thinking. And at the end, when Renee comes to the hospital, when Bella falls out the window in Phoenix, she projects her voice so loudly that it makes people want to help her, and the combination resulted in Bella, who is immune to Edward's powers. I thought it was fascinating. I absolutely loved it. Another relationship that I really enjoyed was Edward and Alice's relationship. You can't help but love Alice. She is just this genuine soul, and her excitement to be friends with Bella because she was already experiencing the future events where they were best pals. She already went through the we've known each other for years phase before she even talked to Bella. It was so cute. I absolutely loved it. And it was a nice contrast to Edward's more moody thoughts as he struggled with getting closer to Bella or leaving her alone. Alice kept pestering him, saying, when can I meet her? We're gonna be friends in the future. It's just really fun. I enjoyed that immensely. Jasper was another character that I felt like I got a better understanding of through Edward's perspective, especially during the baseball scene when James, Victoria, and Laurent enter into the picture. Jasper was doing so much with his powers, projecting Emmett to be even more dangerous and more of a threat, and disguising Bella. I've always wondered how they didn't notice Bella right away, and how did a little gust of wind like derail everything. They should have noticed, right? They have heightened senses. And the fact that Jasper was actually disguising Bella and also himself and Alice so that James didn't even recognize Alice right away or perceived Jasper as this threat compared to Emmett, it was all there, all the answers that I didn't even know I had. But yeah, wow, it was honestly so good. I really don't have anything bad to say about Midnight Sun. It's awesome, and I'm rating it 5 stars. I'm not gonna temper my gut reaction to this book to kind of save face in a way that I see a lot of people doing. They have to like justify like, oh, well, I liked it, but I know it's not 5-star worthy. Stars are subjective. I got so much enjoyment from reading this book, and I'm not going to downplay that. So if you're on the fence about reading Midnight Sun, I know that the Kindle price is a little bit pricey, and I do suggest if you own a library card to use Overdrive to check out an ebook instead. But yes, I'm so glad that I purchased a copy of Midnight Sun. I hope that you enjoyed it too, and I hope that if you enjoyed it, you don't downplay it. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you enjoyed Midnight Sun. Did you think that it was worth the wait? Did you read those 12 chapters that Stephenie Meyer posted in 2008? What did you think of the book as a whole? I really want to know your opinion and if you enjoyed Midnight Sun as much as I did. Alright guys, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know if you want to see more vlogs like this in the future where I read one specific book and update you throughout my reading process. I really enjoy this type of video, but let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, life's better with a little HEA. Bye guys.